Good evening. By three methods we may learn wisdom. First by reflection, which is noblest. Second by imitation, which is easiest. And third by experience, which is the bitterest. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Bahrain welcomed the signing of Jeddah Declaration of Commitment to Protect the Civilians of Sudan. Bahrainization in public sector jobs reached 84%. Bahrain dinar 180 million for housing projects allotted in the draft budget plan. Saudi Arabia plans to buy 5 aeroplanes for cloud seeding. Indian National Congress snatched southern state of Karnataka from BJP. News in detail. Bahrain welcomed signing of Jeddah Declaration of Commitment to Protect the Civilians of Sudan. The Kingdom of Bahrain welcomed the signing of the Jeddah Declaration between the Sudanese Armed Forces and the Rapid Support Forces in the Brotherly Republic of Sudan regarding the commitment to protect civilians and to facilitate their movement and access to humanitarian and medical aid in accordance with the principles of international humanitarian law and international human rights law. In a statement, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs commended the role of the Brotherly Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the friendly United States of America to resolve the Sudanese crisis through peaceful dialogue, hoping that this declaration would constitute an important step towards an immediate and permanent ceasefire and a comprehensive and final settlement of the armed conflict. This comes in light of the commitment of all Sudanese parties to give priority to wisdom and the supreme national interest, to respect the sovereignty, unity and territorial integrity of the state, to protect its national and civil institutions and to meet the aspirations of its brotherly people for security, peace, stability and development. Bahrainization in public sector jobs reached 84%. Bahrainization drive in the public sector is progressing at a rapid pace with only 16% of the workforce being expatriates, it has been revealed. Parliament and Shura Council Affairs Minister Ghanim Al-Buyanin told MPs that 6,979 foreigners were employed on temporary contracts out of a total workforce of 42,479. The minister, who is politically responsible for the Civil Service Commission, said 88% of the expatriate workforce were in health, education and higher education sectors. He added that annual renewal of contracts for expatriates was dependent on need and the unavailability of local talents. Bahrain dinar 180 million for housing projects allotted in the draft budget plan. The government has allocated BD 180 million for housing projects in the draft budget plan to be evenly spent during the 2023 and 2024 fiscal years. It has emerged half of the funds will be utilized this year, with BD 31 million earmarked for new housing projects. The ministry is planning to spend BD 14 million on infrastructure and 40 million to support the Mazaya social housing scheme. It is also aiming to allocate BD 1.4 million to be paid for eligible recipients who are entitled to housing allowances. In 2024, the Housing Ministry intended to allocate BD 43 million for projects, BD 38 million to support the Mazaya scheme, and BD 0.7 million in allowances. Details of the plan were released following a request by Parliament's Financial and Economic Affairs Committee, chaired by MP Muhammad Al Ahmed. Bahrain to host Asian Parliamentary Assembly Standing Committee on Economic and Sustainable Development meeting. Bahrain will host the meeting of the Standing Committee on Economic and Sustainable Development at the Asian Parliamentary Assembly on May 16th to 17th. The two-day meeting will be chaired by the member of the Council of Representatives, Asian Parliamentary Assembly Vice President and Asian Parliamentary Assembly Standing Committee on Economic and Sustainable Development Chairman MB Ahmed Sabah Al-Saloom. The meeting is within the framework of the interest of the Shura in Representatives Council's interest in consolidating joint Asian parliamentary work, broadening areas of cooperation and coordination, as well as enhancing the exchange of expertise and experiences with Asian Parliamentary Assembly member states, in line with the fundamentals of Bahrain's parliamentary diplomacy and the directives of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture Ministry keen to serve fishermen and develop ports. Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture Minister Wael bin Nasser Al Mubarak has affirmed that the ministry will continue improving the services it provides to fishermen. This can be done through developing services in ports and modernizing the infrastructure of the fishing sector to meet the needs of its workers, which will contribute to increased food production, he said. Minister Al Mubarak was speaking while paying an inspection visit to the Sitra port along with the relevant officials. He indicated that through his visit, he aimed to collect first-hand information about the areas in the ports that the private sector can invest in to support the fish industry, stressing that the private sector is a key partner in the kingdom's efforts to increase food production. Bahrain unveiled culture-packed program marking International Museum Day. The Bahrain Authority for Culture and Antiquities has unveiled a culture-packed program marking the 2023 International Museum Day, observed worldwide on May 18th under the theme Museums, Sustainability and Well-being. Bahrain Authority for Culture and Antiquities has prepared a wide array of cultural events that will be held between May 13th and 24th at the Bahrain National Museum and Khalat Al Bahrain Site Museum. The program features numerous workshops for various age groups to be hosted by the two sites starting from May 13th in the fields of drawing, arts, photography, antiquities, museum guidance, cuneiform writing and ancient arts from the civilizations of Tylos and Dilmun. The celebrations also feature other important events such as a panel of discussion on Bahraini proverbs depicted by Cartoon Scribbles book on May 20th, a virtual lecture on the skills of a museum guide on May 22nd to 23rd, and a panel discussion entitled Sustainability and Well-being in the Future of Museums to be held at the University of Bahrain on May 24th. Now we will be back after a very short break. The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination. Welcome back. Saudi Arabia plans to buy 5 aeroplanes for cloud seeding. Minister of Environment, Water and Agriculture and Chairman of the Board of Directors of the National Center for Meteorology, Engineer Abdurrahman Al-Fadil, signed an agreement on Thursday to buy 5 aircrafts for the regional cloud seeding program. 4 are dedicated to cloud seeding and the specially equipped 5th plane is allocated for weather and climate research and studies. These aircrafts are the newest of their kind and equipped with all the necessary technologies. Al-Fadil stressed that the project for purchasing cloud seeding aircraft aims to build domestic capacity, transfer localized knowledge, ensure business sustainability, raise the level of coverage and efficiency of cloud seeding, as well as reduce the accompanying costs of operating aircraft by providing private aircraft equipped with cloud seeding capabilities and techniques. For his part, the CEO of NCM, Dr. Ayman Ghulam, noted that the program has completed its 3rd phase and is preparing to launch the 4th, pointing out that the program's operational results exceeded a success rate of 97%. Dubai's Emirates scraps boarding passes. Starting May 15th, Dubai's Emirates will require most passengers departing the Emirate to use a mobile boarding pass instead of a printed paper version, the airline announced on Friday. Passengers checking it at Terminal 3rd will receive their boarding passes via SMS or email. Those who check in online can add their mobile boarding pass into their Apply wallet or Google wallet as well. Passengers can also retrieve their boarding passes via the Emirates mobile app, where they can also find their checked-in baggage receipt. An email version will also be sent to passengers. The pass can be further used at Dubai duty-free for security checks and for boarding by simply showing the QR code on the mobile pass. Emirates agents and airport staff will scan the code as passengers move through the airport and onto the plane. Indian National Congress snatched southern state of Karnataka from BJP. Indian National Congress has won the 2023 Karnataka Assembly elections by the biggest vote share and seats after a whopping 34 years. The Congress party won 136 seats, while the BJP got 64 seats. A party needs at least 113 seats to form the government in the state. In a major boost for the Congress party, State President D.K. Shivakumar swept Kanakapura with over 70% votes. Shivakumar is among the candidates gunning for the chief ministerial berths. The fight is expected to come down to Shivakumar and Congress Legislative Party leader and former CM Siddharamaiah. Sources indicated that Siddharamaiah seems ahead in the numbers game. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.